Hey, everybody. Happy Monday, and thank you for joining us for this Monday edition of the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk. It is Monday, November 24th. It is Thanksgiving week. We've got the holiday just 3 days away now. I'm CJ LeMaster, your host for the Digital News Desk and your lead investigative reporter here at WLBT. I hope you're doing well thus far. Hopefully, for many of you, it's a shortened work week because of the holiday. We've already got several people watching right now on Facebook and on our YouTube live stream. We're also streaming on our OTT platform as well. Melissa Price saying hello, everyone. Melissa, hope you're doing well. Always good to see you. Melissa is a faithful viewer. She is almost always watching our updates, and we really appreciate that. We have some breaking news that we want to go ahead and get to very quickly right now on WLBT.com. You can read along with us. It broke just minutes ago, I should say. This big story concerning those indictments that came down from the Department of Justice and the Trump administration against Letitia James and James Comey. Here is that breaking news now. We can tell you that a judge has dismissed those indictments after finding the prosecutor was illegally appointed. We've got a full story right now on our website from the Associated Press. Federal judge dismissing the criminal cases against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James, concluding the prosecutor who brought the charges at President Donald Trump's urging was illegally appointed by the Justice Department. These rulings, a stunning rebuke of the Trump administration's efforts to target political opponents of the president, also highlights its legal maneuvering to hastily install a loyalist prosecutor willing to file those cases. Again, you can read more of that on our website, WLBT.com. That news breaking just moments ago, and we wanted to make sure and let you know about that. A little closer to home, we have some stories that we want to tell you about, including one that we have been following, and we've got a reporter on, and we'll have more on our early evening newscast. But we want to let you know about a situation here. Again, this is a story that we have told you about. We've been following since this just devastating killing happened. I believe it was last year, a woman involved in a deadly kidnapping that began in Louisiana and ended in Jackson, now being sentenced to 4 decades in prison. This is the video from court today where a Hinds County judge handed down a 40-year sentence to Victoria Cox after she pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and kidnapping. She got 40 years for the murder charge, 25 years on the kidnapping charge. Now, you may remember she was indicted last year on charges of capital murder, kidnapping, and sexual battery for her role in abducting 2 children from Louisiana, bringing them here to Mississippi, sexually assaulting them, and killing one of them. Her co-conspirator, Daniel Callahan, pleaded guilty to related charges back in September. Jackson police are investigating a deadly shooting. This is something that we have been following since this morning. Now, this happened on Galt Street around 8:30 a.m. Investigators say 49-year-old Andrew Knight Jr. had been shot multiple times and was found on the home's front porch. No suspects at this point. And again, we want to hesitate to even use that word at this point because no description of the person responsible for pulling the trigger has been found at this point. But we do want to tell you that we are tracking this. We are also making sure to follow it on air and online. If you go right now to WLBT.com and check out our homicide tracker, we are up to 67 killings this year, which again, we're still 34% lower than we were this time last year. But listen, even one is too many, as you will hear police, detectives, the mayor, so many others will say, and any of you who've been touched by violence, even one is one too many. So as we learn more, as police begin to figure out who may have been responsible, we will let you know all about that. Of course, you can go and check out what we have on the various cases that have happened so far this year in Jackson. We also, just to put it in perspective, we'll show you where we rank in terms of previous years. In fact, we are at a 6-year low at this point. Or maybe actually more than that, I would say. Yeah, probably about almost an 8-year low at this point, which is very good. But again, you still hate to see anytime something like this happens here in the capital city. So if you go to our website, WLBT.com, you can track those killings with us. And also, too, if you have any information that can help authorities with these cases, please contact JPD at 601-960-1234. You can call Capitol Police Dispatch at 601-359-3125. And if you go to our homicide tracker, you can also submit a tip online through the website that's there, or you can call 601-355-TIPS. They don't want your name, just your information. We also are following a shooting that resulted in one person dead following a standoff with officers in George County. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation says that a SWAT team went to a home in Lucedale a little after 7 last night to serve a warrant. Investigators say that the man inside initially refused to come out, but he eventually came to the door holding what appeared to be a weapon, and that's when officers say they opened fire. The man was killed. No one in law enforcement was injured. The victim's name has not yet been released, but we are going to continue to follow that story. A couple of you already saying hi today. Eric Terry also saying wow to what we were talking about earlier in terms of the situation with those first couple of stories. I don't know if he's talking about the story with Victoria Cox being sentenced today, or the indictments being dismissed against Letitia James and James Comey. Certainly a lot of breaking news we've been handling today. Sandra Cagle saying, hey, everyone, I hope everyone has a great day. Hope you're having one too, Sandra. And Jonathan Cox saying, good afternoon, my friend. Well, I hope you're doing well, and good afternoon to you as well. Dozens of people who attended the Soul Bowl this weekend, Alcorn State and Jackson State, say they were shocked to find their cars had been towed away while they were inside the stadium. 3 on your side obtaining this video, which showed tow trucks hauling off multiple cars in the area of State Street and Woodrow Wilson Avenue. A woman who saw it happening says many of the vehicles that were towed were not parked near no parking signs.
People were coming out of the game and finding their cars gone. I talked to a tow truck driver, and he said that Capitol Police had organized over 20 different tow companies to pull cars during the game, and that he thought they had towed over 50 cars during the game.
Now, 3 on your side got this statement from Capitol Police saying the vehicles parked on Woodrow Wilson Avenue that were blocking any portion of the lanes designated for use by vehicular traffic were illegally parked and were towed. These vehicles were not simply improperly parked, they were in the roadway. This type of illegal parking creates dangerous traffic hazards, prevents emergency vehicles from responding quickly to emergencies, and obstructs individuals needing to travel to and from UMMC. Capitol Police say if your vehicle was towed and you still have questions, you can call their number at 601-359-3125. How about some good news as we're about 3 more days from Thanksgiving? A downtown Jackson ministry is actually preparing to feed hundreds of people in need during this holiday. Care Center Ministries has already given away 500 turkeys, which will be boxed up along with the traditional fixins for families. On Saturday morning, volunteers from 10 churches and 20 businesses prepared holiday meals for delivery to Commonwealth Village, Lincoln Gardens, and Sunset Plaza apartments.
Thanksgiving Day is going to be wonderful because you'll be sitting around family and friends and enjoying the meal that somebody has provided for you.
We believe in Jackson, and the scripture says where your treasure is, your heart will be also, and our heart is in Jackson. And we want the gospel to go farther than just the church walls will reach.
Now, this is the fourth year the group has provided Thanksgiving meals, to Jackson residents. A special Thanksgiving-themed event was held over the weekend in Byram for a good cause. This is the Turkey Trot. The city's mayoral health council held the first ever Turkey Trot to benefit people and families affected by Alzheimer's disease. Organizers say the goal of the 5K was to raise awareness about Alzheimer's and connect people with resources and support. It was put together by a woman who witnessed her own family struggles. She says it's vital to care not only for the patient, but also the caregivers.
My grandmother suffered from Alzheimer's for many years, but we wanted to bring awareness that there is support for caregivers. There is help out here in the state of Mississippi. So if you ever have a family member that has experienced that type of illness, we ask that you reach out to the Mind Center. They have a lot of different programs.
All of the money raised at that Turkey Trot will be used to support Alzheimer's research at the Mind Center at UMMC. Had another person saying hi on this Monday, Letitia Woods. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope you are too. Happy Monday to you as well. That's all the time that we have for this edition of the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk Update, 1 p.m. We have more on the way, though. Of course, at 2:30, your First Alert Weather Team will be in here to give you an idea of what you can expect this week and for your holiday, the forecast there. Of course, we'll also have our early evening newscast that start at 4 o'clock with complete coverage of the day's events, including that breaking news we told you about those indictments being dismissed that had been issued by the Department of Justice against Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, and former FBI Director James Comey. We'll also have more information on the sentencing of Victoria Cox and have more footage from inside the courtroom today. We want to leave you with a word from our sponsor before we let you go, from Jackson Water. For everyone here at WLBT, I'm CJ LeMaster. Thank you so much for watching.
Time for a neighborly tip from Jackson Water. Is it okay to pour fats, oils, and greases down the drain if I run hot water?
No!
What if I run the garbage disposal?
No!
How about if I use dish soap at the same time?
No!
Instead, hang on to a few containers to store and toss old cooking fat and grease once you're done. Jackson Water. Water for all the time.